You gotta make a choice, boy. Sex or the saw. And sex is, well, nobody knows. But the saw is family. Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by, once again coming at you for another retro VHS showcasing. Today I'm coming at you to showcase the original North American VHS release of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. And looking on the back here of this video cassette cover, we've got the copyright 1986, Media Home Entertainment Incorporated. I'm pretty sure that I bought this particular tape brand new from Suncoast sometime in early 1989. I don't think I saw this movie until like maybe February, March, or April of '89, and then I guess at the time, liking it enough, I decided to buy the VHS tape. There would also end up being a Video Treasures version of this release. I can remember in the fall of '89, a buddy of mine ended up getting the Video Treasures version of this VHS brand new at some store when we were out and about. Looking at the cover here, we've got after 10 years of silence, the buzz is back. This, of course, being a Canon film. The Canon logo is featured prominently on the top corner there. If you guys didn't know, the poster / cover art for this particular film with the characters here all sitting the way they are is modeled after the poster / cover art for the John Hughes film The Breakfast Club that came out just a few years before this film. Panning down the artwork, we see a Tobe Hooper film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I kind of like how that red font plays against the blue background there. I always like that. I thought that looks pretty good. Panning further down, we see the credits here. On one corner, we've got closed captioned. In the center there, we've got the mid to late 80s Classy Media logo there, and once again the Canon logo, and under that we see the word horror. Looking at the right spine, we've got VHS up top. M884, once again the Canon logo, the title, and this one, unlike the first film of course, is actually recorded and distributed on VHS, as we can see here, in hi-fi stereo, once again closed captioned, horror and media. The left spine looking pretty much exactly the same. Top of the VHS cover looks like that, title with on one side and barcode on the other. Looking on the back of the VHS here, we've got 3 photos, all the same size, running down the left side of the artwork here. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 title on top, starring Dennis Hopper, and I'll let you pause and read this synopsis if you want to. Getting on down to the bottom here, we see color approximately 101 minutes / 1986. Now this movie, as far as I know, was released unrated, so as you can see here, there's no R rating or any rating on here at all. It really would have been sad if some mom would have rented this for their kid, feeling confident not seeing an R rating here and have it just be this gore fest. But I think this is released unrated and has never necessarily had an R rated cut, if memory serves. But at any rate, we've got a copyright Roman numerals here. It probably says 1986. Canon Films Incorporated and Canon International BV. We've got available on video disc as well. Media on one side, Canon logo on the other. Pulling out the tape to look at the label here, we've got just a plain white label with just the print on here. Media and Canon logos are kind of sharing equal representation there. We've got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, color approximately 101 minutes. The good old M884 closed caption hi-fi stereo. This one's really interesting in that it's got a barcode on the actual label. That's not something I see very much, or at least not in these retro VHSs from the 80s. That's kind of interesting. Now another thing that's interesting is the copyright for the tape on the cover art is 86. On the tape here, tape label, it says copyright 1987 Media Home Entertainment Incorporated, so not exactly sure what that's about. Looking at the VHS spine here, we've got, once again, Canon sharing equal representation with media. Canon's on one side, along with our lovely M884, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, and on the other side, media there. And once again, because this is an 80s media tape, it's really cool that it actually says printed in USA. Can't say I'm much of a fan of this movie anymore, but I guess I kind of liked it a little bit when I was 12 years old and enough to buy it apparently, so I don't know. The movie's really kind of a disaster after what I would regard as the first film to be one of the greatest North American horror films ever made, or maybe just one of the greatest horror films ever made, period, from any place in the world. It's really kind of a shame what happened with the second one, and that Tobe Hooper would even wanted to have any part in this kind of parody charade thing, which is Chainsaw 2. But at the end of the day, life goes on. Hope you guys enjoyed this showcasing. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the next video.